welcome to day 3 of the 30-day Pilates journey. I'm Terriell, and today we are working on improving flexibility or better flexibility through Pilates. So we're gonna make it a little bit stretchy, but we will definitely warm up and hopefully break a little bit of a sweat. So to begin, I'm gonna have you turn to face the front edge of your mat. Go ahead and place your hands behind the back of your thighs and let your legs be slightly apart. And now just lift your chest up as much as you can. Take a big breath in, more tall through the spine, and then exhale as you round your back, finding a C curve. Round, round, round. Good. And I want you to think of this as a stretch for your back, just opening up any tight parts that you have towards the wall behind you and the mat underneath you. And then go ahead and deepen your belly down towards the mat and then round up to the top and lift tall. Breathe in and exhale, round, scooping the abdominals in and up, connecting to your core like we did on day 1. Good. Opening up that back to the mat behind you, the wall behind you, and exhaling forward and back up. Let's do that one more time. Round through the spine to stretch that back out, pulling your shoulder blades apart, really scooping deeply to open your low back into the mat, and rounding forward to open your upper back to the wall behind you, and then deepen that round shape to take it over and lift up tall. Let's round one more time, and this time take it all the way down to the tips of your shoulder blades, crawling those fingertips down your thighs. Walk your feet together in the center, down onto the mat. Stay up with your head, neck, and shoulders, and reach your arms long by your sides. Let's pump those arms up and down for the 100. Breathing in and breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. In with the air and out with the air. Now let's make sure you're squeezing the inner thighs, keeping them magnetized so that you're really working as many muscles as possible as you can as you pump these arms vigorously to work up a sweat. Now, at the end of these next 4 breaths, I want you really to be sweating. So keep breathing in deeply, pumping those arms vigorously. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more breaths. And exhale. 1 more breath in and last breath out. Good. Hold your position for a second. Let those abs burn out. Ooh, it feels so good, right? And then go ahead and lower your head down. Lift your arms up and back or reach them behind you. And then just kind of let it all go. It's fine. Let your rib cage lift to the ceiling. Maybe arch your back a little bit. And then just organize it all back in, pulling your abs in, your waist in, and then floating your arms to the ceiling and down by your sides. Now from here, walk your feet just a little bit closer in towards you. We'll press up into a shoulder bridge, lifting those hips sky high, and then melt down, upper back, middle back, lower back. We want to start to work the articulation of the spine here. Lift the hips high to the sky, the lower back, the middle back, then the upper back lifts off, and then send it down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Why are we doing this? Make sure to create space through each vertebrae as you lift off and then as you lower down by sending that tailbone forward on the way down, creating space for your back to just get longer and more flexible. We'll do that 2 more times. Lift up and up and up. Reach those hips up and then send it down and down and down. 1 more time. Press into your feet. Lift up and up. Keep squeezing those inner thighs and then melt down and down and down. Now you earned a hamstring stretch. Take your left leg long onto the mat. Let's hug the right knee in. Take your hands behind that right thigh and then extend the leg out to straight. Now bend your elbows down and to the side, keeping your chest open, just pulling that leg towards you. Bend the knee and stretch it out. Bend the knee and stretch it out. And then just keep that moving, keep it dynamic, reaching that leg just a little bit higher each time you stretch it out to straight. Keep pulling the thigh in towards your chest. And then 1 more time to hold. Now lift your head, neck, and shoulders and just pull that leg a little bit closer to you. You can walk up towards your ankle. Pull the belly down to the mat. Then go ahead and walk back down, lowering your head down. Bend the knee in and then stretch it long. We'll do that on the other side. Left knee pulls in. We'll hug it in towards the chest for a moment. And now bring your hands behind the back of your thigh, abs tight. Stretch that leg up to the ceiling. First initial stretch, just breathe into it. Try to relax your leg. We'll take the elbows wide and down to pull the leg towards you. And then we'll start to bend it and keep it dynamic and stretch it up. Bend and stretch it up. Bend and then stretch it up a little bit higher. Bend and stretch. 2 more times. Bend and stretch. Last one. Bend and stretch. Go ahead and lift your head up, pulling that leg towards you, and walk up towards your ankle, just pulling that leg in a little bit deeper. And then from there you can walk down and then lower your head down. We'll take that leg all the way down to the mat and then reach your arms up to the ceiling. Let's roll up through the spine into a seated position and then set up for spine stretch forward. So still stretching up the back part, stretching out the back part of the body, toes flex back, lift your arms up. Now lift tall through your spine, scoop in, round forward, dropping your head down, reaching as far as you can, keeping your spine in a C curve. Then go ahead and stack everything up again, bone by bone, inch by inch. Lift tall. We'll do that again. Chin to the chest, round forward, stretching out, keeping a flex in your feet to get into those calves. When's the last time you stretched your calves? And then go ahead and roll it all the way up and up and up. One more time. Send it forward, reaching and rounding, making sure to open up the tight parts of your back towards the ceiling, scooping the belly in deep, and then stack the spine up and back up to the top. Good. Now from here, let's turn and stack the hips, the knees, and the ankles one on top of the other. You're gonna grab on to that bottom ankle if possible. If this isn't good for you, you can always just separate and hang on to that top ankle. So now we'll take this opposite arm and lift it to the sky. Lift up as tall as you can and then reach over for a deep, deep, deep side bend. Oh, it feels so good. Hold there. And then pull yourself over with this bottom arm, letting your bottom elbow bend to the side. Yes, and then pull your shoulder down and away from your ear and then take it back up to the top. Good. One more like that. Lift and reach, scooping belly in. Bottom elbow to the side, lifting up, 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 up and over. And back to the top. Go ahead and switch your legs here. We'll grab on, pull the low abdominals in, and then lift the other arm up to the sky. Now get as tall as you can and pull yourself over with that bottom arm, letting that bottom elbow bend to the side. And then take it back to the top. We'll do that 2 more times. Lift up and reach, bending to the side, over, 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 and back to the top. Good. And then from here, we'll flip those legs back around to the front edge of your mat. Roll all the way down through your back. And then go ahead and flip yourself over to lie down on your stomach. All right. Now from here, we'll take the palms and place them underneath armpits, zipping the legs as tightly as together as you can. And then go ahead and float your palms up off the mat, squeezing your shoulder blades, opening the chest. And from there, you'll lift your chest a little bit higher off of the mat, keeping your toes anchored down, your pubic bone and your hips anchored down. And now press into the palms and lift yourself off just a couple of inches. We really want to stretch out the front of the body as you work the back body. And then melt yourself all the way down. We'll do that 1 more time. Float your palms up off the mat, squeezing shoulder blades. Lift the chest up with that upper back tension that you just created. Toes stay anchored down. I gotta remind myself, press into your palms, lift off, stretching out those abdominals, stretching out your back, and then melt all the way down to the bottom. Now, for some half rocking, we'll take the right forearm and place it underneath your forehead. Kick your left heel to your seat and grab onto that ankle. Now squeeze your seat and just work this quad stretch here. If you're tight in the quads, you can just stay here and feel this stretch, breathe into it. If you want a little extra, you can kick the ankle into your hands, pressing down into that bottom arm to open your chest and open that thigh on the left side a little bit more. And then go ahead and settle down. From there, let's switch arms. So now left arm underneath forehead, right heel to the seat. Go ahead and grab onto that right ankle and then stretch it out. Good, now option to stay here in the stretcher. Come with me, kicking that ankle into your hand, pressing down lightly with the bottom arm to lift the chest off and lift the thigh off. You should feel an opening in your right chest and in your right thigh. And then go ahead and lower yourself down. Good. Go ahead and let that go. From there, let's sit back onto our heels to round the back and just a little bit of a counter stretch. Good. And then we'll make our way out to my favorite pose, the plank. So we'll come out and hold that plank position. Good. All right, so we won't hold this for long, but I do want you to fire up your abdominals and feel your whole body working. You want to think of pulling your armpits down towards your hips, trying to create wrinkles in your mat by pulling your hands down and back and pulling your toes energetically down and forward, holding here. Good, now lift your hips high to the sky and drop your heels down. And we want the feet parallel, the toes facing forward. Now from here, just scoop into your abdominals, and we're going to take a deep stretch for the legs and the back body by lifting your toes off the mat as much as possible. I know it's hard. And we'll start to take some baby steps, dragging your heels forward along the mat towards your hands. Scooping the abs in, maybe rounding the spine more, tenting in your fingertips if you need to make room for those legs. Good, and then settle at the bottom, just drop your head down. Soften your knees if you need to. You don't have to be stick straight with those legs. And then from here, we're gonna reverse it. Lift those toes up, walk back. Do. Keep walking back, toes stay lifted with straight legs, rounding that back. Good, and then end with your hips high to the sky, the legs long, the heels down, stretching out the back a little bit, sending your sit bones high towards the ceiling. Good. And then from there, we're going to drop the knees down to the mat and then just sit onto the heels for a moment. Last stretch here. We'll take the arms around to the back and try to clasp the fingertips together. If you can't do this, you can always grab one wrist or grab your hands. And then we'll just lift the chest up, stretch the arms back behind you, opening the chest as wide as you can towards the ceiling. Good. And then just softening those elbows and round through your spine, curling your tail and pulling your chin down towards your chest. We'll do that just one more time. Grabbing those hands together, reach back, open the chest as much as you can. Work your scoop here so that your spine is supported. And then soften your elbows and round. Good. Go ahead and sit tall, roll your shoulders down your back. And you are all set for day 3. I will see you tomorrow on the mat for day 4. Bye for now.